Before we begin, consider subscribing for more historical deep dives into the people and empires that shaped our world. Picture a vast desert at dawn. The sand is cool beneath the feet of thousands of travelers. Camels groan softly as they rise, burdened with gold, silk, and supplies. Drums beat in the distance, steady and ceremonial. At the center of this moving city is a single man, quiet, composed, and unimaginably wealthy. This is the story of Mansa Musa, ruler of the Mali Empire, and the legend of a kingdom so rich that its name still echoes through history like a mirage of gold. Long before European ships touched the Atlantic coast of Africa, West Africa was home to powerful states built on trade, agriculture, and knowledge. The Niger River curved through the land like a lifeline, nourishing cities and connecting peoples. Gold dust shimmered beneath the soil. Salt, essential for survival, was carved from desert mines far to the north. By the 13th century, these resources gave rise to the Mali Empire, founded by Sundiata Keita, a legendary warrior king who united rival clans and secured control of vital trade routes. Mali grew not through chance, but through strategy, controlling the flow of gold and salt between sub-Saharan Africa and the Mediterranean world. Islam spread through trade and scholarship, blending with local traditions. Mosques stood beside royal courts. Merchants, scholars, and diplomats passed through Mali cities, carrying stories of a powerful kingdom few outsiders truly understood. Into this world, around the year 1280, Mansa Musa was born. Mansa Musa came to power in 1312, not through conquest, but circumstance. The previous ruler, Mansa Abu Bakr II, reportedly abdicated the throne to lead an ambitious expedition across the Atlantic Ocean, an expedition from which he never returned. Musa inherited an empire already strong, but under his rule, Mali would reach heights unmatched in West African history. He expanded Mali's territory, bringing key cities like Timbuktu and Gao firmly under imperial control. These were not just trading hubs, they were centers of learning, law, and religion. Musa ruled as both a political leader and a devout Muslim, using faith as a bridge between Mali and the wider Islamic world. Yet it was one journey that would define his legacy forever. In 1324, Mansa Musa set out on the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca required of all Muslims who are able to make the journey. But Musa's pilgrimage was unlike anything the world had ever seen. His caravan stretched for miles. Contemporary accounts describe tens of thousands of people, officials, soldiers, servants, and slaves, moving across the Sahara. Hundreds of camels carried bars of gold. Each step through the desert stirred clouds of dust and awe. When Musa entered Cairo, the capital of Mamluk Egypt, the city stopped to watch. Gold flowed freely. Musa gave lavish gifts to scholars, officials, and the poor. He spent so generously that the value of gold collapsed in the region, triggering inflation that would take years to correct. The streets buzzed with rumor and disbelief. Who was this king from the West? How vast must his empire be? Word of Mansa Musa spread across the Islamic world and into Europe. On maps drawn decades later, he appeared seated on a throne, holding a golden nugget. Africa no longer empty space, but a land of kings and wealth. But Musa's journey was not without consequence. On his return, he reportedly struggled to reclaim enough gold, even borrowing at high interest to stabilize the economy his generosity had disrupted. Wealth, it seemed, carried its own dangers. Back in Mali, Mansa Musa turned his attention inward. He invested heavily in architecture, education, and religion. Mosques rose from red earth and stone, including the Jingareber Mosque in Timbuktu, built with the help of Andalusian architects. Libraries expanded. Scholars arrived from across North Africa and the Middle East. Timbuktu became synonymous with learning, a city where law, astronomy, mathematics, and theology flourished. Manuscripts were copied by hand, preserved in private homes and institutions, many of which survive to this day. Under Musa, Mali was not just rich, it was respected. Trade was regulated. Roads were secured. Justice was enforced. His rule projected stability across a vast and diverse empire, binding together farmers, merchants, and nomads under a shared political order. Mansa Musa's story is often reduced to a single phrase,
Siguro
the richest man in
quality
history. But wealth alone does not explain his significance. His reign highlights a deeper truth, that power is amplified when paired with culture and knowledge. Musa used gold not merely to impress, but to connect Mali to global networks of faith and learning. His pilgrimage announced West Africa's place in the world, challenging assumptions held by distant societies. At the same time, his story reveals the fragility of abundance. The economic shock caused by his generosity in Cairo shows that even immense wealth must be handled carefully. Resources, when uncontrolled, can destabilize as easily as they can elevate. Mali's later decline, due to internal strife, shifting trade routes, and external pressures, reminds us that no empire, however rich, is permanent. What endures are ideas, institutions, and the stories we tell. When Mansa Musa died around 1337, he left behind more than treasure. He left cities of learning, traditions of scholarship, and a legacy that reshaped how the world viewed Africa. His empire proved that greatness is not defined solely by conquest, but by connection between peoples, cultures, and generations. Even today, as ancient manuscripts are rediscovered in Timbuktu and historians reassess Africa's past, the echo of Mansa Musa's footsteps still crosses the desert. Gold may fade, empires may fall, but the memory of a civilization that understood the power of knowledge endures. Tell us your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done with such unimaginable wealth?